COVID unicorn infection day. I don't know what day it is. Day 7? Something like that. I couldn't hardly sleep last night. I keep having these weird dreams. Can't find my car. Can't find my son. Living in somebody else's house. So last night, I got up about 1:30 in the morning. Got dressed. Warmed up the truck. And so I went driving around to the few 24-hour convenience stores that we've got. It's not a lot. Murphy's isn't open 24 hours. Crossroads isn't. Your Casey's and stuff like that. And so what I thought I'd do is I'd do my part to, the herd immunity situation. And so I started pulling out the coffee cups out of the dispenser. And I'd restack them, cough in them, and restack them, cough. Did that for about 30 minutes at each location. Come back home, took my temperature, took my steroid. They put me on a steroid again. It's not prednisone this time, it's something else. That and some kind of killer antibiotic. I mentioned the other day that my doctor talked to me about getting the antibody infusion. Which here's the thing that. Let's go ahead and put that back in park. This might take a while. From the very beginning, I have said, August leaving. She's going back to work for the first day. From the very beginning, I've said, COVID is a thing. It's not a good thing. But I don't think it's as bad as what the government and the media is making it out to be. Yes, we've lost a lot of people, but look at what they've done for treatment, or lack thereof. It's only a couple of years old now, so it's taken them a little bit of time, I guess, to come up with treatment plans. I don't know. I don't understand what the problem is. You watch these action movies and somebody's got like some kind of weird disease, or they've been bit by a snake or whatever, and then they rush to get a blood sample or whatever, and then they create an antibody, and then they save the world. Okay, well that's in Hollywood. In the real world, we come out with multiple different vaccines that are worthless, okay? Completely and utterly worthless. Ask me how I know. My wife, fully vaccinated, not because her job forced her to. Now, her employer strongly suggested it, and I believe she had a friend that passed away with COVID. I'm not going to say because of COVID, but with COVID. Okay? So she decided that she'd go ahead and do what she needed to do to protect herself. Now, she works in the healthcare industry, not on the front lines. She's an office administrative assistant, but she comes in contact with all these doctors and nurses and admin type people that are also in contact with patients and whatnot. And this new strain has taken its toll. It really has. I mean, there's been whole departments at the hospital that she works at that have been out with COVID all at the exact same time. Okay. So she's fully vaccinated. And last Wednesday, a week ago yesterday, she starts feeling not well. And Thursday it didn't get any better. Friday we took her down and she got a nasal swab, and then we sit through the weekend and I start developing symptoms through the weekend. And she gets her call. Actually, she had to call them on Monday, and which is because there's so many people sick, they can't make the calls to tell people anymore. So she calls in and they said, yeah, you're positive. And I thought, okay, well, I better go get my test too. And I don't know how many tests I've had. A bunch. I go back down there and I feel like I should have a loyalty card or something. Really, I mean, in all honesty, because I've had so many exposures and multiple tests, and I've been sick a handful of times. The last time was horrible. I mean, I wanted to die. So I go get my test on Monday morning, and yesterday I still hadn't heard anything back, so I called them. But before I get to that, they offered Olga the antibody infusion. So she goes and she does it on Monday, I believe it was. And when speaking with two different healthcare providers, they said, yes, you're a prime candidate for the antibody infusion. We want to get out in front of this. Write you a prescription for some kind of steroid, some kind of antibiotic. This all took place on Monday. Okay. For whatever reason, it took the pharmacy until Wednesday afternoon to fill the prescriptions. And then on Wednesday also, they say that I don't qualify, or the antibody infusion isn't available for me. And the reason that they gave was because I wasn't over 70 and in bad health. And I thought, okay, yeah, there's people over 70 years old that have got multiple medical issues and stuff, and let's get them taken care of first. But they just did my wife. I mean, 2 days before. And, talking with other people that have had family members that have got the infusion, they said that, in the next couple days they felt great, blah, blah, blah. Olga, she got the infusion on Monday, and I'm not going to say that she feels like she's 35 again, but she looks like she's a hot 35-year-old. At least she does to me. And, Jacob, he still hasn't presented a fever. Yesterday he was a little tired when he got over from school, took about a 2-hour nap. Which is the other thing, we took him out of school. We talked to the school. The school said, here's what the CDC guidelines are. If he's not presenting any symptoms, then, he's able to go to school, and we'll just go take it from there. And I was like, okay, well, I guess that's what we'll do. No infusion. Couldn't get my medication for 2 days. Hell, you guys have seen the videos of the over-the-counter, the stuff that I've been taking. And I didn't get my meds until yesterday afternoon, late afternoon. So I wasn't even able to start the steroid until this morning. And I feel fine already. And it's not because of the medication or the steroid. It's the over-the-counter stuff that I took. I kept myself hydrated. We stripped the bedding, which it happens on a regular basis, at least once a week. But we washed the pillows, we washed the pillowcases, hand towels and things like that get washed repeatedly. Constantly wiping things down with a disinfectant. Not like running around with a can of Lysol spraying everybody and everything. I had a teacher like that in 8th grade. But just doing what should be considered normal personal hygiene and cleanliness. And we beat it again.